Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I have my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, and I hope you also, because it's going to be pretty interesting, very, very interesting, in fact. Today, we are going to talk about a little bit of Bitcoin, as always, the broader market, how it is looking, couple of metrics there, and then we are going to the main topic for today, so to say, which are going to be the NFTs. And there is some important evolution going on for the NFTs that also affects our Veve NFTs in the long run. And let's also hear some opinions about those NFTs and then discuss a little bit what is going on with Veve and Ecomi within that NFT space, but all of that right after the intro. Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with another video or live stream, as you can see here. And yeah, good morning to everyone. Please make sure that you are making your own decisions when you're watching this in the financial term. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research before you ape full degen into Ecomi, Veve, Bitcoin, whatever other investment opportunity that we're talking about. Also, I want to quickly thank my rare hodlers, my patrons, my channel members for always supporting me here on this journey. Thank you so much for that. And if you are not one of these and you do not want to spend money on my channel, which I completely understand, then please just hit the like button. That is the best way of helping my channel and absolutely free. Now, with that, we had at least Justin here on the channel. What are we buying? Actually, we bought yesterday, but we are going to talk a little bit about that yesterday. What is happening to my hair, by the way? And we have energy here as well. Hopefully, you guys could see and hear that intro. That is the first time I played it from this streaming software. And we also have Smarty Pants here. Hey, what's up? Completed my logo set today on the market. No luck on waitlist. Yeah, same here. But we are going to talk about, as I said, a little bit later about this. So quickly, if you are watching this later, timestamps are now really available also on the latest, on the last 4 live streams where I wasn't able to do that. So make sure to check out also the video section if you're only for the live streams here. We had a cool scenario yesterday in front of a castle, which might be the right scenario for discussing whether Veve is dead or not, which is very interesting. But yeah, let's look at the at the current situation here a little bit for Bitcoin. We have been going down more, a little bit more on the weekly. I'll get my lines out of the way for now. After we had the debt ceiling resolved, we have been coming a little bit more down within this pattern, but nothing too crazy. So if we enable this and just drag out that part that is part of a bigger picture here, we can see that we are still moving in this wedge, and I am just waiting for something to happen as this wedge touches this upper trend line there, and then we will see where we are going from there. There is a theory here that I am looking at for a couple of days now on the channel. That is this broader cup and handle pattern. So keep that in mind. Caro is here. What up? Please don't distract me from work. Yeah, why are you watching YouTube from work? But good to see you here. What are you working, by the way, if you want to share that? What's going on, Justin? Yeah, that's my. I think that I fell out of bed too late here, probably. Um, Logo did a casual 200x. Yeah, too bad for a bad project, right? Um, okay, so let's talk a little bit about metrics here because I saw this and actually I need to get myself somewhere else for that. Let's try up here and the chat a little bit more up. Where can I put that? Okay, so I hope you see that. Um, there is this SOPR ratio, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a hodl ratio that is always, let's say, moving in this pattern, and there is an accumulation zone, so to say, where it only touches in bear markets, apparently. So this is if we are looking at the past and the past bear market cycle, we see that it has touched 2 times in these 2 lows into that area, and then in the bear market before as well. And some people are claiming right now, for example, at the status where we are, that we are going to come down for a lower low for Bitcoin. And they claim that because they think that this is a relief rally, right, in the price action. So the white line is the price action. They believe that we will come to a lower low. So they are still very, very bearish after this long-term 6-month move that we had here. And based on this chart, I disagree. Do you see the red line? And the red line is basically when in this SOPR ratio, the buyers are in the driver's seat. So basically bull cycle started. With the exception of this Black Swan event of the sea crisis, we came up above this line and then it was bull run ready. We came above this line. We fell back, shouldn't have fallen back so deep, and then we went into the bull run, right? So when we are above 1 on this indicator, we are usually going into the next bull run. So we crossed this one as well, and based on that, we should be rallying more from here, unless we come right now already for the retest there, and then it's bull run ready. But according to this indicator, we should be heading into a bull run, which is in confluence with what we have been seeing on the charts. But we really, we're really going to check that out. Another one of these is this one here. This is the 13-week MA, 200-week MA, and Bitcoin just printed the famous golden cross pattern for the first time in history. So this never happened before. As you can see here, the red line is, I can move back now. The red line is has only come closer to this 200-week MA, but it has never crossed. And then we had the bearish cross where everyone said it was a death cross, and then we had another huge dump for Bitcoin, right? Now we could say that, and this is a very valid argument that we need to consider here, that these are largely lagging indicators. And of course, these things are produced by massive dumps, and this cross is produced probably also by this big pump. Nonetheless, we cannot ignore that the last cross had another 20% dump. So why not having another leg up before we go into a long-term correction into the next halving, right? It could be happening. Carlos saying, mechanical engineer, I'm always listening to podcasts or videos at work. So then that sounds good. Listening only while working on the machines. Yeah, good job. Okay, let's also quickly look at this. This is really now degenerate bull tech TA, right? but we still should be looking at this. So TechDev says here, most didn't expect a parabolic move at the last 20 200 EMA cross either. Weekly Bollinger Bands haven't been tight since except 2016. And if we are looking at this a little bit, we are seeing what he means. He says that that this whole the whole move from this yellow arrow until then, together with this bear market and with our Black Swan event, is one entire move. 5,000% and more move. So, and now he basically says we could see the entire trajectory that we made all over again just from this cross that has just happened. Also because he says that it's more or less the same pattern here. So, and that's where I'd say this is too long term for technical analysis to be able to be 100% correct. Nonetheless, we could at least consider the possibility of this happening. Although we are looking at indicators, obviously we are looking at TA here on the channel, but mostly and most and foremost, we are looking at what the economical data is telling us, and from there we are going to derive our theories. One more of these, and then we go into the chart, and then we're going into our main topic of the NFTs, is this one here from Glassnode. I thought that was interesting as well, because that also implies a next run up. Bitcoin amount of hodled or lost coins just reached a 5-year high of 7,734,000 BTC. So that is lost or hodled BTC, and it was never that high, not even in the last bear market or in the last bull run, however you want to look at this metric. By the way, guys, if you enjoy this live stream, please smash a like button right now. Thanks for the like. And why do I say that it could be high in the bear? We see here in the end of the bear market it was set very, very high, and here this could also imply that and also in the beginning, let's say right before the next leg up, and we could be at the same stage right now, more or less, because usually when someone has with his Bitcoins passed all of this phase and accumulation is going on at the same time, then usually these hodl rates are the highest. And then afterwards, when we really shoot up, when the big Bitcoin pump is already starting, then we are getting people that are taking profits already. So that's why we are falling off here already. In my opinion, we could be just at a stage here, for example, with this hodl rate, and that there is way more accumulation going on still in the next months. Let's also quickly look at how the dollar is doing, because as we have seen before, that was pretty accurate in how we are behaving. And what we are seeing here is that what we really don't want to see is that we continue to rally here for the dollar, because we had seen this little dump. It has caused a little green on our Bitcoin, but now we are getting more green candles here. Seems that we have found a small support here, and that we have bounced. And that is something I've said it before in last week in the streams when we were here still in rally mode. We should find ourselves a lower high, but we could also be rallying until this, let's say, this moving average or so, depending on if we get more bearish news from the Fed about more hikes and stuff like that. So the dollar is gaining in strength in the last 2 days. What we want to see is that the dollar is falling down, and then we can rally in crypto. If you yeah, if you think that's interesting, let me know. But yeah, with that, one more thing um, before we go into NFT, and that is the atomic wallet hack that apparently happened. So 35 million on-chain assets lost, hacked, gone. Security teams are investigating the cause of the attack. So reports have surfaced of tokens being lost, transaction data being erased, and even entire crypto portfolios destroyed. At least 35 million worth of crypto assets have been stolen from Atomic Wallet users since June the 2nd, according to analysis from Chain Sleuth. 5 largest losses account for 17 million. That is obviously really, really bad. Also for Atomic Wallet, I hope you guys are not affected. Yeah, a new largest victim was found on Tron with 7.95 million USDT stolen. The five biggest losses account for 17 million of the entire thing. So they have robbed a whale there. My graph has now surpassed 35 million total stolen. That is crazy. I hope this happens to no one here. A cold wallet ledger is the way, in my opinion. Yeah, these hacks happen all the time. Bridge hacks, wallet hacks, exchange hacks, and so on. So yeah, be safe there. Also with regards to unexpected events happening where exchanges collapse, make sure at some point when your assets reach a certain value to not have them there anymore. Ecomi price, nothing has changed. I can cut that long story short. Let's go to the really interesting stuff here, and that is this story. Here is how developers aim to store crypto inside NFT. So developers have found, let's say, a way to give a crypto or better an NFT their own wallet. So basically what's happening is that an NFT with this can have their own related on-chain assets, so really minted assets that are proven belonging into that asset's wallet. So concrete, let's talk about this in terms of, let's say we have Veve interoperability for, let's say, the Deadpool collectible with the ugly sweater, right? And that Deadpool collectible now has the minted sweater, and it also has now the swords, for example, that you can purchase, or let's say it's a Star Wars collectible and it has 3 lightsabers, right? They can be in a sub-wallet, like a gaming inventory, just minted on-chain, and with the proof of ownership secondary, so proof of ownership of everything is yours, and then the ownership of the sweater and the swords is to that Deadpool collectible with a certain mint number. So let's look at how this exactly looks here. So this Jaden Wendell here basically says they are the authors of the standard EIP 6551, and they were asked about the use cases of the proposal and implications for the crypto space. So according to Wendell, while there are a lot of complicated workings behind the feature, the simplest way to explain it is that they are giving NFTs their own crypto wallets. So the real simple idea behind the ERC 6551 is that every NFT has a wallet. So your NFT has a full wallet that your NFT owns. That means your NFT can own any asset on chain, and your NFT can do anything on chain. By giving NFTs wallets, NFTs now become users on Ethereum. So basically, these assets become like their own entity on Ethereum. They can have crypto wallets, but they also can have asset wallets, and that's where I'm deriving that possibility from, that speculation from. What is very interesting also for the industry, if you think this further, for example, for let's say digital tickets for stadium or so, that you can have within that ticket a specific wallet where you can then have, for example, the airdrops for that match into that ticket stub wallet, for example, so that the airdrops that you get for that's a theory or a speculation that you could have for example, you go to a match, you have that specific ticket with a specific mint number, and then your favorite player scores a goal. You have registered that this is your favorite player somehow before, and then you get an airdrop into your NFT stub that you have seen that player score that goal or whatever. That are all possibilities that are based on this mechanic here. It could also mean that somehow you could have a gas token stored into your Lamborghini so you can drive on a specific racetrack or so that is built and provided by someone like in Trackmania. So you guys think about all the applications with and without Veve that this could have. So yeah, this is really interesting. So when asked how the idea came to life, the future primitive developer explained that the team went down what he described as a rabbit hole of experimental oddities. So they were working on an NFT project where they wanted to add equipping as a mechanism. So as we can see here, the main purpose of this was really giving items to an NFT. The project lets NFTs wear clothes and other accessories which are also NFTs. What we realized was nothing really sets the use case that we really wanted to achieve. There's a lot of we reallys here. They really wanted to have NFTs own their own items in kind of a self-sovereign way. We really wanted to be able to do that in a way that would just work with all the existing tooling, he explained. Moreover, Windle also shared that they wanted other projects to be able to also take advantage of this new mechanism and build something that could apply to NFTs in general. And that's truly visionary. Now we need to make the Veve team aware of this so that interoperability becomes more attractive, so that NFTs can be on-chain with their sub-NFTs, with their items. But maybe considering the items that we already saw on Veve, we already have that. So yeah, that is certainly a possibility. Let's talk about Ecomi and Veve a little bit, or at least Veve. So R said, what are your thoughts on Veve and will it go back to up to all-time highs? That is a very good question. Let's talk a little bit about this. So will it go back to all-time highs? You have to see one thing. There is a disconnect between the prices right now, and this looks a little bit defocused. Can it refocus? Yeah, okay, there we go. So the prices that we had in the last bull run for Veve were the all-time highs that you're referring to, were created in a time where there was no cash out. So, and then at the same time, there were OTC deals where the value of a gem, so there were gem transfers still enabled until the massive credit card fraud, right? So there were moments where a gem traded at 50 cents and below, and in the massive gem fraud, then a gem traded at as low as 30, 25, and 20 cents on the last days. But let's just take 50 cents on a gem. So that means that if there would have been cash out, people would have cashed out before, and they would have because we can see basically that you have to calculate every all-time high by 50% only at the 0.5 rate to consider that the real dollar value. So if you have a $6,000 golden moment collectible, the real dollar all-time high is only 3,000 if there was cash out. So that's, but the disastrous point or the drama on this is that people really loaded up $6,000 to get this collectible. So that's where this disconnect and this fraud thing and the fees really impact, because people have paid these prices, but they now need to wait or hodl until the break even to those prices, although that these were not really the all-time highs. That's super crazy if you think this through, because had you sold for 6,000 gems to someone and then OTC sold your gems, you would have only received $3,000. So that was the real all-time high of this collectible, right? So Jimbo Lee Lingo and Luke, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for supporting me as always. Good to see you guys. But yeah, with that regard, there is also a bullish component in all of this, because if people have purchased that high, they also will not let go until they are at least break even, right? So they need at least an all-time high of 6,000 now to ever let go of that collectible, because otherwise people hate locking in losses, right? Huge losses. Some people do that, but most people hate doing that. Good morning, Motili. Welcome to the stream as well. Good to see you guys here. So yeah, that is a very good question. I hope that answer is sufficient, although probably not, because you might be one of these that have at least purchased one or two collectibles on those prices, and I have as well. I have bought one of these Chinese New Year stamps in the speculation of China coming in and purchasing massively these New Year stamps for, I think I've purchased the set, the rare or whatever that is, for $100, and it's like sitting on $7. So yeah, down 95% or so. But in general, NFTs will come back. I think Veve NFTs will come back. Why is this defocusing all the time? Because of my microphone. NFTs will come back. And so will Veve NFTs as well. Okay, let's get rid of the microphone there from the camera. Man, today it's defocusing so hard. Yeah, anyways. And also let's get back to the screen. Yeah, then Gary Vaynerchuk expects NFTs to expand beyond digital collectibles long term. That goes a little bit into your question. Energy says he wants to see bigger all-time highs. I think we all want to, and I think we will when NFTs can come out of these preliminary stage and get more use cases, more utility, and more advantages. But so Gary V says so Gary V is just for everyone who doesn't know it, he's a super, let's say, an icon of the NFT space. He's made a lot of correct calls. He has his own projects. He was one of the people that also talked quite bullish about Ecomi and Veve. He also was in an interview stating that every NFT project that doesn't have enforceable royalty fees will go to zero one day. That is very interesting. Or at least he says that he didn't say that it will go to zero. It was only part of a thread where it said that. But Gary V said that enforceable royalties are extremely bullish for projects. Let it put that way. He is the chairman of VaynerX and the CEO of VaynerMedia and an NFT collection that is called VFriends. So yeah, let's see what he has to say. While some major NFT collections like Pudgy Penguins and Bored Ape Yacht Clubs are expanding their intellectual property beyond the digital world in areas like toys, apparel, and more, Vaynerchuk doesn't think that move is the right one for every project. So he says, I don't think everyone is capable of that. You have to be self-aware of what you are good at or not, but it is something everyone should consider because it proves a lot more opportunities. As for greater mainstream adoption, Vaynerchuk doesn't think digital collectibles are going to be the biggest route forward for NFT growth. And don't be scared about this, because it's true. And Veve doesn't have to be the only NFT provider in the world. The concept of NFTs is way bigger than only Veve. He says, I think it's going to be ticketing, contracts, title insurances, things like that. And obviously there is also a way to have tickets on Veve. We have seen the James Bond ticket stubs as a test. We have seen that you can purchase tickets and then get an NFT. So even ticketing can be tied to Veve. Yeah, so the internet used to be referred as the information superhighway 30 years ago because it was seen as a place like library for people to research. Vaynerchuk said, today we know the internet for a lot more. In similar way, when Vaynerchuk sees the NFT collectibles as part of the ecosystem, but believes in 20 years when people hear the term NFT, they're not going to default thinking of a collectible, they are going to see it more broadly. So I 100% agree, but I think that is really, as he says, 20 years out, and what is dominating next cycle, in my opinion, is still digital collectibles officially licensed from and so to say with the no scam label. And until then, Veve has to leave that image behind of so many people in the community basically talking negatively about Veve, and this will come with increasing floor prices. This sentiment will come back. I'm very, very sure of that. I think there are still very good things coming to Veve, but they really have to get their shit together in some parts. But it quite looks like it, because yesterday we have been witness of a very big improvement for Veve there, and that was the waitlist drop. I think that was a very good one. That went seamlessly. So I seamlessly got nothing. So yeah, for me, definitely that was not good, because I used to hit on these drops. So I would have gotten probably one on a normal drop basis, but it doesn't matter, because in the end we had seen a lot of people being frustrated about them living in a specific area where they just did not get any drops. We had seen people frustrated about never hitting any drops, and they made their frustration public, and they got their comments and so on. So that was really not good publicity, and I'm really happy that Veve took this route of the fully randomized Veve logo drop. So for everyone who hasn't participated, you claim 30 minutes before that you want the drop. Then you have these 25 minutes time to get in. The queue closes, you get this allocating symbol, and then after a while you get a message, positive or negative. And then there's one thing where I posted here right now, the recommendations, because I think that really sucks in this system, and that is that if people fail to pay, then a couple of these units go back into the rebound. But then again, the rebound is is like the old drop system. So if someone got a Veve logo in the main drop, they can come back and get participate with the other ones that missed out still in trying to hit this rebound. And then all the people that already suffered so long from that location-based basically missing out, they will miss out on that one again. So I suggested that they just offered these last units where someone failed to pay for the people that have been in the queue. So I posted this. If you want, you can go to that post and support me a little bit with the likes here. So I said congratulations to the performance, which I have to say because it was a good performance. Although not having received anything, some suggestions here. First of all, offer rebound to remaining people still in queue instead of the old system, because I think that it makes no sense. There are 70 logos there. Yeah, you get a buy button, and you click the buy button. You have the buy now window. You click buy now. It happened to me, and then it says, "Oh, an error occurred." So that's definitely not helping the satisfaction of the people. Then you should also show how many people are in the queue, because that helps people to put them missing out into perspective. Because if you have a drop like yesterday with 1000 scarcity and you see that some of these drops didn't sell out in the past, then you are asking, why did I miss out 2 times in a row on a drop that has several thousand additions, right? But if you see that in the queue it says you are to queue together with 8,000 people, you can see, okay, my chances are 1 in 8 that I hit, so probably I can manage my expectation already, right? So the dissatisfaction is not that big then, together with 0.1, and then they should show when the drop is coming out, you didn't get anything, but stay in queue for the rebound. That would be good, because then people are like, okay, I didn't hit, expectation already managed to, maybe I get a rebound, but that's even less likely. But yeah, I think that all together, if they can really put these suggestions into play, I think that drop will be more exciting, because then you have 2 or 3 times excitement once the additions are going out, which is then that you basically can have a rebound, and then you see from that rebound even 5 are still remaining and reallocated until everything is reallocated and offered to people. Because this way, this opens also up the route to scam, because I can now go into the waitlist, then the waitlist offers to drop to me and I decline. I can go into a drop that I don't even want to, and that way I can decline, and then it gets offered directly in the buy now section, right? So I can destroy the experience for the people if this is happening at the moment. If I just go in and decline with the system that I suggest, it just gets offered 5 minutes later or a couple of minutes later to the people that are there. So I think that's definitely something they should be doing here for Veve. So then we also have a new comic drop announced that secret rare and ultra rare covers look really, really dope in my opinion. So yeah, that comic is, I think, a 10,000 one, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what we are getting here. But as we can see, this secret rare looks pretty good, although I'm not quite sure about the value of this 2099 Spider-Man. But remember, the secret rare of this one on the bobbleheads on the Marvel Mighties was pretty high valued. So yeah, that one was good. By the way, 20 people here. Guys, smash the like button as hard as you can. Thanks for the like, because that is the only thing that is helping this channel to grow. So thank you for that one. Yeah, so rare and ultra rare, they look really, really good in my opinion. The secret rare is also, I most like the white background secret rare, so that one is really good. And yes, it is a 10,000 edition drop, 250 secret rares. I might get one of these. I hope that they do all of the drops with the waitlist system now. Yeah, maybe the drops that they already know will not sell out 100%. Maybe they can do in the old fashion. But yeah, I hope I get one of those secret rares by just hitting the button. That's gambling mentality, by the way. Yeah, well, let me know what you think about this one. I think there are not too many other things that Veve has announced since the drop yesterday. Yeah, because the rest was the logos here. So yeah, that is it, boys and girls. So thank you all for being part of this live stream today. With regards to Ecomi Veve, that was it for today. We are going to be back tomorrow morning for another round of Crypto Morning Coffee. Make sure to check out my latest video if you haven't yet. That one here about if Veve is really dead. It didn't seem so dead to me yesterday also with the Veve logos, but let me know there if you think that Veve is dead. Make sure to check out the other videos there. Next up, a VeChain video is coming out. I hope I can get this out today. And yeah, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and see you in the next live stream.